Hey guys, this is going to be a quick video showing you or telling you 5 tips for the professional videographer. Now, I've been in this professional career for quite some time now, and I've learned quite a bit. But I hope I can break that down for you guys in these quick and easy 5 tips. Before we get started, please smash that like button and subscribe because I'm going to be making some more stuff in the future. Starting this off with tip number 1, buy fast SD cards. This sounds like a simple task, but honestly, I can't tell you how long I shot with the wrong SD card. Now I shoot in 4K mostly, sometimes I shoot in slow motion 1080p, but shooting at 4K, those file sizes get pretty big. For example, if I'm shooting a wedding, sometimes I'll shoot like around 64 to 128 gigabytes of video. That's a lot of storage space on your computer. So what I was shooting on is just a standard 30 megabyte per second Ultra SanDisk card, and when I was copying it over my computer, it would take forever. Now I know this is a rookie mistake, but please check your SD cards and your read and write speed on your cameras, because right now I shoot on a Lexar Professional and it copies over at 85 megabytes per second. I will even play around with faster cards in the future, but for now 85 is extremely fast compared to my 30 megabytes that I was using before. Anything else I want to say on that? Before you guys go out and buy a new SD card, check your camera specs and make sure that your camera will support the SD card that you guys want to buy. Number 2. So now tip number 2 is probably one of the biggest tips that I hope you guys take away from this, and it's simply stay organized. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to a shoot with one plan and one plan only, and as I was shooting, I realized that this plan is changing. Nothing will be perfect and set in stone the way you think it is, honestly. If you go up to a wedding and they have everything outside, everything's perfectly set, it's super sunny, and all of a sudden a storm cloud comes up out of nowhere, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna shoot stuff in the rain? Do you have an umbrella with you? How are you gonna protect your gear, etc.? So you always have to plan for the worst. But staying organized isn't just preparing for a shoot. You also have to focus in on the internal aspects of everything. Remember those fast SD cards that I was talking about earlier? Make sure you load up on a bunch of those, because after a shoot, I will take all that footage that I just shot, import it into my computer, and back it up on sometimes 2 separate hard drives, just so I know I have the footage. Because if you have a high-paying client, as a professional, you are responsible for their footage. So a lot of times I will back up their footage on multiple different hard drives, as well as I will always keep the SD card that I shot the wedding on until I completed the project for the bride and groom. As soon as it is sent off and finalized and uploaded to YouTube, then I will format the SD card and use it for other projects. Because as you guys can probably assume, I have a ton of SD cards that I've collected over the years. Because realistically, if you are in a professional career that requires SD cards and CF cards, make sure you have enough of them, because in my line of work, I'm making weekly vlogs, tutorial videos, and commercial shoots with like weddings and stuff like that. So I have to organize and keep track of all of my SD cards. So in the simplest terms possible, say I have 10 SD cards. I will label each one of those SD cards from 1 until 10. And then if I go on a wedding on April 30th, I will label that on April 30th, I used SD card 1. And then if I'm shooting a vlog on June 2nd, I will put something in my notes that I'm using SD card 2, just so I can stay organized with everything that's going on. Another quick thing about staying organized is having a checklist. Before I go on a shoot, sometimes the bride or groom will request everything that I have. They want the sliders, they want the drone, they want the gimbals, they want everything. So sometimes before a shoot, I will make up a checklist of everything that they want, just so I can recheck that I have everything. Because nothing is worse than showing up to a shoot and realizing, oh my gosh, I forgot this 85 Sigma art lens at home. That's what I need for this amazing bokeh, right? So you need to prepare and have everything organized beforehand so you can show up to the shoot really confident. Which brings me on to the next tip, which is look the part. This also refers to the gear you have as well as your appearance. When I go up to a professional shoot, I am not wearing a cutoff, I'm not having my hair all messed up, I'm showered, sometimes cleanly shaven, and I look the part. I'll have a tie on, but it just depends on where you're going. Now, as far as looking the part with your gear, as a professional, or if you want to label yourself as a professional, you shouldn't have the minimum basic quality gear. They always say that gear isn't everything, but in the professional line of work, having nice gear will help your clients understand and believe that you truly are a professional. So for example, if I'm shooting a vlog or something simple, I won't bring all of my gear. But if I'm shooting a professional commercial shoot, I will bring the Ronin and everything, because if you bring more gear, odds are that that client or something will truly believe that you are a professional and you are prepared. So that way, if they have a question or they want something added to their shoot as you are shooting, you'll be like, all right, I have this. So always be prepared and bring more than what you need just in case your client wants more. Because nothing's worse than when your client says, hey, like I want to get this cool shot from the sky. Do you have a drone? And in your head, you're like, wow, I have a drone at home, but I didn't bring it. So always bring extra stuff just so you can be prepared. All right, let's wrap this up. Prepared. Preparation. So think about it like this. Damn it, I can't do it. Vsauce. Have you seen Vsauce? Yeah. He always uses words and transitions. I'll do that. Shoot quality videos. The only way to get better at shooting and labeling yourself as a professional is make a ton of videos, and you will learn from your mistakes as you grow within the career. Now, this is referring to everything about videography, talking about creative shots, nice sound, and even holding the camera steady. For example, when I make a video, I think about everything that goes into the video. I'm not just thinking about how it looks, I'm thinking about framing as where I am in the video. Because right now, I'm like in a third of the video where I am offset so you can see stuff that's going on in the background, like my computer setup right here. It's pleasing to the eye. And other than that, I'm also thinking about the audio, because right now I'm using a lavalier mic, and you probably didn't notice until now, but I have a lavalier mic behind my shirt right here. And that's connected into a Zoom H1, which is a little $100 recorder. And if you guys want to pick up one of these, I'll link it in the description below. As far as that, I also have a backup audio just in case this audio's atrocious. On the top of my Lumix GH4, I have a Rode VideoMic Pro, and I'm going to flip back and forth so you guys can hear what the difference of the audio sounds like. So this right here is the Rode SmartLav Plus, and that right there is the Rode VideoMic Pro. They have different features, but most of the time when I'm on the run, I will have the Rode VideoMic Pro, and when I'm doing more professional work, I will use a lavalier, for example, if I'm going to mic the groom or the bride, just to get the vows. But overall, the only way to shoot quality videos is to practice, practice, practice. That's why my New Year's resolution this year was to make a weekly video in a vlog style format, in which I've already made, I think, 31 videos, maybe. But I will link the vlogs below if you guys want to check it out, because I'm having a blast making them. And the vlog for this weekend, I will go over my completely revamped computer setup. And the last and final tip is take initiative. This is a huge thing because as a professional, they're expecting you to do the job for them. If someone is in the way of a shot or in the background and you don't want them there, put your foot down and be like, hello, sir, I'm going to have to ask you to leave for this particular thing. We're doing a video shoot, blah, 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 etc. Story goes on. So this past weekend, I had a meeting with a bunch of sorority girls, and they were going over their original idea for a sorority rush video that I will be filming this fall. Now, they told me the idea, and being my creative self, I told them I liked their idea, but there's a lot of areas that I could improve on. So I ended up telling out my idea in literally less than a minute, and they were blown away. That initiative and having that creative mind in your head to be able to come back to someone saying out their plan and completely revamping it and changing things around as I'm going is what you need in the professional career. So in my line of work, you need to be able to think on the dot. Is it on the dot? You need to think on the spot. You need to be able to think on the spot as well as thinking fast. But always have a different idea in the back of your head. If they tell you something, fire back with something completely different, because that might spark something for them. I said, let's tell a story instead of creating this interview-like thing, and they loved it. But the moral of the story is you are being paid to do a job, so make that job happen at all costs. Granted, no one gets hurt. Hopefully you guys like those tips and tricks. If you guys have some more tips that you want to let me know about, hit me up in the comments and I will check them out later. But that's all for now, so please subscribe and like the video because I will be making some more stuff in the future. I'll see you later.